Hi everyone, it's Elliot again and welcome to Where Stories Live, my storytelling channel. Again, don't forget to subscribe, make that bell ring, and leave some comments below. Let me know what you think about my stories, okay? Now, how many of you like to help around the house, help with the chores? I see all those hands going up, great! Well, I'm going to tell you a story about a couple of guys who did not like to help. It's the Little Red Hen. Now, once upon a time, there was a little red hen who lived with two friends, a dog and a cat. They were roommates. Now, the little red hen had to do all the work. She washed the dishes, she swept the floor, she worked out in the garden, and all the dog did was he lied on the porch and slept all day. The cat slept on the sofa all day. They wouldn't help. Well, one day, the little red hen was working in the garden and she found a grain of corn. And she thought, well, you know, that it would be a good idea to plant that corn and let it grow into a corn plant. So she went inside and she called her friends, the dog and the cat. She said, bark, 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 bark. Who will help me plant this corn? And the dog said, whoa, why should I do any work? I don't want to help you. No, forget about it. And the cat said, meow. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not going to help you. You go plant that yourself. Well, she went out to the garden and she planted the corn by herself. She made a hole in the ground. She put the seed in. She covered it again and she watered it. And then it was time for the corn to begin to grow. And it grew into a beautiful, beautiful plant with golden ears of corn. Now, she had to go and pick the corn. So she went and called her friends. Bark, 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 bark. Who will help me pick this corn? And the dog said, whoa, come on, you're kidding me, huh? I'm trying to get my beauty rest here. Come on, come on. And the dog said, meow, come on, leave me alone. She had to pick the corn all by herself. She picked all the corn and she put it all in a big basket. Now she had to take that heavy basket of corn to the mill to be ground into flour for baking. So she called her friends again. She said, bark, 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 bark. Who will help me take the corn to the mill to be ground into flour? And the dog said, ho, 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 bow, bow, come on. Come on, leave me alone. Don't you see I'm resting here? And the cat said, meow, come on now, I'm sleeping. So she had to take the corn to the mill all by herself. And she gave it to the man at the mill and he took all that corn and he ground it into beautiful golden flour for baking. And she brought a sack of flour home. Now she wanted to bake a cake. So she called her friends. Bark, 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 bark. Who will help me bake a cake? And the dog said, whoop, whoop, haven't I told you to leave me alone? And the cat said, meow, I am sleeping. So she had to bake the cake all by herself. She put the cornmeal in a bowl. She put in some milk, some baking powder, some eggs, and she mixed it all up. And then she put it into a baking tray. And she put it in the oven at 350 degrees. And she sat back and she went to read a magazine. Soon, that cake began to smell and fill the house with that wonderful aroma of golden corn cake. The dog smelled that and he went to the kitchen sniffing and salivating. The cat woke up and he too went to the kitchen because it was irresistible. Now the chicken went to the kitchen. The little red hen opened the oven door and she took out the cake. It was wonderful. The best cake she had ever baked. And she placed it on the table for it to cool. And she said, bark, 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 bark. Who will help me eat this cake? And the dog said, hey, you know I will. I'm here to help you. I'm always available for help. And the cat said, wow, meow. Of course I will help you eat that cake. I'm so hungry because I've been sleeping for so long. And the little red hen said, bark, 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 bark. No. I planted the corn. I picked the corn. I took the corn to the mill to be ground into flour, and I baked the cake all by myself, so guess what? Bark, 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 bark. All by myself, I will eat the cake. And she sat there and she ate the cake piece by piece. Well, the dog and the cat just sat there and they cried. They were so sad. But guess what? They learned their lesson from that day on. They were always helpful, because you should be helpful and cooperate. And that's the end of my story. Now, if you liked it, give me a comment below. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Tell your friends about my channel so we can meet where stories live.